morning to you. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show. Coming up is a career fair, and it's a new one at Saginaw Valley State University. They hold career fairs, big ones, twice a year, and they have some others in between. This is a brand new one, and we're going to find out about this morning because we have a number of folks with us. First of all, the Director of Career Services, and we say good morning to Teresa George.
Good morning, Art. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, good to see you as always. Also with us from Saginaw Valley State University is Jordan Brown, and she is Communications Manager of Alumni Relations.
Good morning.
Good morning. And one of their business sponsors of this upcoming event that we'll tell you about is Members First Credit Union, and from there we have their talent acquisition leader, recruiter, Becky Van Buskirk.
Good morning.
This is a talent acquisition leader, anything like human resources?
It is part of the human resources team, so yes. It's quite a
Getting
mouthful.
so fancy with names these days. So, Teresa, normally twice a year we talk about the big fairs. What is this career fair and how did it come about?
Yeah, so this is a little different. This is the first time we're doing it. It's our Alumni and Professionals Employment Fair. Probably about a year and a half ago, I was at a committee meeting at the MBA in Midland, and I had a company say, we would love to come to your fairs, but we're looking for talent maybe that had graduated 5 years out, or maybe your alumni. And
People with experience.
Yeah. And an idea kind of sparked, and I went back to my team and said, what do you think if we try this? So here it is. So we're going to give it a try. So we are marketing it to our students who haven't found employment, maybe just graduated. But we're working with the alumni office and marketing to alumni. And as always, the more community members that can come on campus and learn about these great companies, we welcome them.
Let's just, so we get it out of the way, because we'll ask later again, but the date and the time.
Yep. So it is May 20th from 5 to 7, right on SVSU's campus in Curtis Hall.
And, obviously this is not going to be as big a fair as the others, is it?
No, but we're at 41 companies attending, so we're pretty excited.
And these
about
41
that.
companies are attending because they are looking for people. They're there for a reason.
Yes. Yep. Correct. So we're excited to have, and a wide range from healthcare to finance to business. So we're really excited.
So let's talk about this target audience, because it's really kind of a narrow scope.
Mm-hmm.
So who is the target here?
So the target are professionals, so maybe 5 years out, alumni that are maybe looking for a different career path or a change in career path, or just having trouble finding employment. We not only help current students in our office, but we help alumni as well. And we are seeing an uptick in our alumni that are needing services. So we're giving them a little more opportunity to come to our employment fairs as well.
And no cost.
No, not to attend. Employers, there is a cost.
Well, yeah.
But, yeah, not for attendees.
Okay, so let's talk to Becky for a minute from Members First Credit Union. What are you looking for? You sit at that table, people are walking around. Who are you looking for?
We're looking for individuals of an eclectic experience. We have different positions that are open, but we do see a lot of people that are either looking to change their career or progress their career. So we really want to talk to everyone. There's lots of opportunities that we have now and in the future. So it's nice to connect to people in our communities or that want to live in the great communities that we're in.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Teresa, but because this is focused on professionals and alumni, it creates an image in my mind
Mm-hmm.
that says companies are not looking for the mundane jobs. They're looking for professionals, as you put it.
Yeah, that's what we're focusing on, but we're also encouraging those students who just graduated or still looking to create those relationships. I know we've talked before, employment fairs are not only about applying for a job right then and there, but just building those relationships, because you never know when an employer meets you and maybe down the road they have that position that fits perfectly for you. It might not be right at that moment. So really building those relationships.
I have to wonder, because of the nature of this, if that person coming in looking to talk to Becky and other companies is going to be different than the person that comes in at the regular job fairs. And here's why I say that. I've been to all those job fairs time and time again, and I've seen some really quality candidates, and I've seen a room full of people that are totally unprepared.
Mm-hmm.
I would expect, because of the nature of this, you're going to get more of the people that are prepared.
Yep.
Is that a good guess?
Yeah, you're 100% right. That's one thing when we're meeting with alumni. They're looking for jobs because they need one right now. They need to pay their mortgages. They need to pay their health care. They need to support their families. So we are hoping that, there's jobs right then and there that can attract the alumni specifically. But I think for those younger students that are still attending, it might be relationship building.
You talk to alumni all the time,
Yes.
right,
Yeah.
Jordan?
Mm-hmm.
And what do they tell you? What's the current condition of the alumni community, job-wise? Most of them employed?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yes, definitely. So the majority of SBSU's alumni actually stay in Michigan and in the Great Lakes Bay region specifically. Yeah, which is amazing to continue they fall in love with the community and stay in the community. So this job fair specifically is even a better opportunity to have them stay in the community and continue to live there.
And have you gotten a lot of commitment from them? Do you expect to see a lot of alumni show up at this thing?
Yeah, we do. So like Teresa said, this is the first time. So we're kind of using this to gauge what the level would be, but we're very pleasantly surprised so far. We have around 50 alumni already registered, but we're expecting a lot more to just kind of walk in at the door.
And is this going to be up in the banquet rooms, the same place the other job fairs
Yes.
are?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we have 25 students that have registered so far, and then no registration is needed. We just kind of encourage that so we can gauge
Yeah,
what we
because
need.
the other side of that was alumni and professionals. Professionals, we assume if they're professional, they might be working.
Right.
So they might just have to take time off to come.
Yeah, and that's why we did the 5 to 7 time frame, so after work they can come out to campus.
And professionals, if they're working, they just could be looking for a career change, company change.
Correct. Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what we've been thinking about.
So, Becky, let me ask you, in your industry, how much stealing goes on between credit unions? How much movement is there in employees?
So credit unions are really friendly with each other, which is great. It's a great community, but we see people that come from, banks or bigger financial institutions, or maybe from a local community bank over to a credit union. We also see a lot of change of industry as well. So right now we have a couple of positions in our commercial department and a couple of positions in our compliance and audit department. And we might see people that are coming, they have good experience, but coming from a different industry as well. So we do see a lot of transition between industries.
So let me ask you this. Someone comes up to your table. They make a good presentation. They look good. They speak well. They've done a little research. Maybe they even know about Members First. But they don't have the experience to fill either of those jobs. Do you train them?
We do have training available as well. So it's not always an exact experience that we need. It's bringing certain pieces of experience and knowing that they thrive in our culture and in our communities is really important as well. So we do a lot of training.
All right, we'll take a break, come back with our guests, talk more about this Alumni and Professionals Job Fair coming up on the 20th of May at Saginaw Valley State University.
We're proud to make
Hi, we are back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, coming up on the 20th of May. and Alumni and Professional Career Day, job fair, if you will. With us from the Career Services at Saginaw Valley State University, its director, Teresa George. Also with us from Saginaw Valley is Jordan Brown. She is Communications Manager of Alumni Relations. And from Members First Credit Union, Becky Van Buskirk. She's a Talent Acquisition Leader. So, Becky, I want to go back to you sitting at that table.
Yes.
Somebody walks up to that table. What are you looking for? What do you expect from that individual? How do they impress you?
It starts with the conversation. You know, we are a financial institution that is looking to help people. The credit unions are people helping people. So starting that conversation and being able to talk about what impact they want to have. You know, we believe in purpose, belonging, and joy. So learning what they are looking for in a career and being able to start that conversation of what we have available and what would maybe help them thrive in a future career. So really that conversation.
All right, so that's what you expect. What do they expect? For example, I come up to your table. Hi, I'm so-and-so, and I work for so-and-so bank, but I want to leave there. I want to come to work for you. I wouldn't say that, but that's the way. What can I expect? What's the protocol for ending up an employee of Members First Credit Union? I talk to you, but you're not going to hire me right there. You're not going to sign on a dotted line. What happens next?
So we're able to talk to them about what we offer and what positions are available. They can then look at the positions and see which aligns with their future goals and can apply online. A lot of people will give me their resume, and we start a connection there as well. Yeah. So bringing that resume, and we'll then email them after so we can continue those conversations and really hope to make a connection.
So typically, in normal times, from the time you first talk to someone, whether it's at a job fair or they come into your office, until they're working for Member First, how long a lead time is that?
So typically we have a couple of processes in our interview process. So we may meet them, they apply, and we'd usually see that it would be about 4 weeks, maybe 6 at most, but depending on the level of the career they're looking for and position.
That changes what happens, right? Because if you're looking for an executive level position, that's different than a teller, let's say.
Right.
And you do an interview process. How many interviews does somebody go through typically?
Typically, with more experience, there'll be at least 2 interviews and then a phone screen also just to get the conversation started to learn more about them. Because we also want to ensure that they're learning enough about us that they can make a really good decision that this is a career that fits their needs.
And I would have to guess, because it's a credit union, there is a pretty substantial background check.
Yes, we do, credit, background, bondability. And we have a Gallup talent assessment as well to see what talents people bring.
A what?
So it's an assessment to see what we do a lot of work with Gallup. So it's a talent assessment that people take, just a 20 to 25 minute assessment. We're also a strength-based organization. We believe in coaching on people's strengths. So we work with Gallup and do Clifton Strengths once they're hired to see what strengths people have so we can coach and develop them through their strengths.
More than just a job, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Teresa, how important is the resume?
Very
anymore?
important.
Is it really still that important? And, I heard Becky go right to it, and I'm going, really, even in this day and age?
Yeah, we just had our we have an employer partnership program that we can talk about, but we asked that question to employers what they would like to see on resumes. Well,
first you ask them, do they want resumes?
Yeah, and they all definitely want resumes for sure. Some industries say a page is good. Other industries, 2 pages is fine. So as long as the information is accurate, and our office is here to help not only SVSU alumni, but obviously our current students, we can help with resume reviews.
It's interesting. I was always taught growing up, and I remember it was a long time ago, but I was always taught 1 page, no more than 1 page, because an employer gets dozens of them, and they don't have time to go through them all. And I started asking myself, particularly as my career progressed, how do I get all this on one page?
Right. Yeah.
And then you begin to realize I don't need all of this on one page.
Yeah. It was an interesting conversation because the accounting firm said 1 page is fine. And then our education partner was like, oh no, 2 to 3 is fine. So I do think it depends on the industry, and it needs to be accurate information that those applicants can talk about what's on their resume, because that's the most important thing. If you can't talk about what's on your resume, then it needs to, be valid information. So.
And it depends on, on the individual too. I mean, if you're a professional, you've been around a while, you've got a lot of stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's sometimes tough to sit down and weed it out.
Exactly. Yeah. And a lot of times you have a different resume depending on what profession that you're going into. So if you are changing your career options, you might want to tailor your resume a certain way. And we've seen that quite a bit too.
Jordan, let me ask, since you deal with alumni, if they come in seeking help, will you help them with resumes or point them in the right direction?
Yeah, so like Teresa mentioned, our alumni have access to the Career Services Office for the rest of their life. So depending on the questions, usually if it's like resume specific, we will steer them towards the Career Service Office because they are the experts in that. They're talking to businesses and what they currently want and what they're looking for.
And do alumni have a pretty good idea of what's happening in the job world?
For the most part, they do. But when they're, if you're looking to change industries, they might need to read up on what industry they want to change to and things like that. But for the most part, yeah.
So what do you tell professionals, alumni, students, how to prepare when you come to a job fair?
First, we have them start with their resume.
Back to that resume.
Yeah. And we use Handshake within our office. So current students, we make sure that their profile's up to date on Handshake. We also invite them to come ahead of time and do a mock interview with us. We'll invite our employer partners to come on campus before employment fairs and actually do mock interviews right with our employers so they can get that experience as well. We encourage them to look nice and dress nice. We have our Cardinal Closet, so that's another resource we have
talk
as well.
about that for a minute.
Yep. So we have a closet on campus where we encourage community members to make donations. And
Clothing.
Clothing. So it's all professional clothes. So that's been going amazing. And we also have companies that do drives and do it as a community service project as well. So students can come in, they can shop, they can take as much as they would like. And the most important thing is when they are interviewing or their first day of work, we want them to feel confident and look confident. So that kind of helps close the gap on that.
A student comes in, gets a suit. Let's say a boy, all right, a
Yep.
male. Gets a suit. Mm-hmm. Takes that suit home, comes to the job fair and all that.
Yep.
Does he keep the suit?
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
They can come
so it's
in
not
and take.
a loaner closet.
No, nope. They can take as many as they'd like. They can
Careful how
try.
you say that.
Yeah. They can try it on campus. Our office is there to help them with that process. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a break, come back, more ahead with our guests here on the Art Lewis Show for this Friday morning.
What do bounce houses, obstacle courses?
This is Christiana Malicata, your host of That's What She Said. This week, I'm sitting down with a woman who spends her days building communities.
All right, we're back with you. Coming up on the 20th of May at Saginaw Valley State University, an alumni and professional career fair, but students are also welcome and the public. And I'm looking at the list of companies that are going to be there, just in categories without getting into names, but let's go down the list. Accounting, healthcare, government, local, state, and federal, commercial, banking, and credit union, financial institutions, folks. Healthcare, consumer packaged goods, healthcare, other education. Oh, I see that. Okay. healthcare, human resources, nonprofit, financial services, retail stores, several K-12 educations. Imagine they're looking for teachers, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Legal and law enforcement, State of Michigan Department of Corrections. I think they've been at every one of your fairs.
Yes, they have.
The FBI is looking. Healthcare, government, healthcare, K-12 education, other education, higher education, other industries, healthcare, K-12, manufacturing, couple of those. It's a pretty diversified list. Social assistance, insurance, government insurance, automotive. It's a pretty broad list, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, and even our graduate school is going to be there as well. So if anyone wants to go back to school, you can see Saginaw Valley will be there also.
That'll be a different set of conversations.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll be a different set of conversations. I want to talk just for a minute. We'll come back to this, but as I mentioned early on, you do a couple of major job fairs twice a year.
Yes.
Those are the big ones, right?
Yep.
You get 100 plus employers and everything.
Yeah, so all of our job fairs for next year are live now. So if you follow us on social media or go to our website, you'll see all of our fairs for our next school year. So
And the thing we don't talk about very much, but we have the two big ones.
yes.
There's a fall and there's a spring job fair. Mm-hmm. You do a whole bunch of small ones in between, don't you?
We do. So we have two education and health and human services fairs.
They're specialized.
Yes. And then we have an accounting and finance fair that's in the fall. And then we have engineering and IT that's also in the fall too. So those are specialty fairs, but we always encourage all majors to even come to those as well. I know sometimes, for instance, we look at My Michigan and we think, oh, it's just healthcare, but they could have HR positions or marketing positions as well. So really just talking to those companies and seeing what opportunities they have as well.
But, that's true about healthcare. If you just look at healthcare for a minute, you look at a hospital, everybody knows there's doctors,
Right.
there's nurses, there's nurse assistants and all that stuff. There's all kinds of administrative positions.
Right.
All kinds of administrative positions. On top of that, you have maintenance, you have building, you have security, you have various interactions with the public that are non-medical,
Yeah.
and there are a plethora of jobs in the healthcare field.
Yeah, and when you asked me how to prepare ahead of time, that's one thing we encourage. We provide a list of all the employers that are coming to the fairs ahead of time. So we encourage you to go on Handshake or go on their website, see what opportunities they have. That is probably number one thing employers ask us to do to students is really encourage them to do their research about companies ahead of time. Because the employers want to take the time to have those conversations. They don't want to spend all their time talking about the companies, but they want to just get to know the student or alumni.
All right, so Becky, I walk up to your table. Mm-hmm. I'm two people. First person, I walk up, I say, "Hi, what are you looking for? What do you got?" The other one walks up and says, "Oh, Member First Credit Union, you have X number of branches and you do this, this, and this." Who gets the interview?
Well, it definitely stands out when they do their research. And Teresa was right, though, because you're also spending the time with that first person, telling them more about who is Members First Credit Union, what we do. We have a sheet that says all our departments on it and our benefits. So it's having more of that conversation where with that second person, we're able to really start the conversation of learning more about them. And it is impressive. It's nice when people know you and know about you. That's meaningful to us.
Well, it also demonstrates they take the time and they know how to
Yes.
do it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I go back to sitting up at a lot of those things and watching the people, both students and the general public, who don't come dressed for it, sloppy old T-shirts and jeans, and the others that come nicely attired, men and women, and I've seen both go both ways. And then I can listen to the tables around us, and I'm saying, well, no wonder that person from the general public isn't working. Doesn't know how to talk to people,
So
you know?
we've a lot of companies because of AI and all the application.
Yeah.
I know it's a bad word, but but so many companies are getting so many applicants that if they can come to an employment fair and recognize a face to a name and meet them right there, they're really wanting to come to employment fairs to meet students.
Well, that's, to me, if I'm in the workforce, if I'm looking to be in the workforce, and I know there's some place where there's 50 to 100 employers all looking for candidates, why wouldn't I want to be there?
Right,
It just makes sense.
right.
Yeah, well, we love also because everybody's in a different experience, or maybe somebody hasn't interviewed for a while, or they're just, getting used to interviews again. It's a great time to connect with them where they can even practice a bit of having those conversations. So I like that piece of it too. We're able to give them some more experience in talking to employers to be ready for those opportunities when they arise.
Yeah, and even with this upcoming fair, alumni and career services, we work really well together. And even though this is an employment fair, we're also looking at it as an alumni engagement event because these alumni coming together and just talking and starting those conversations, you never know where the relationship is going to go from there. So,
All right, one more break, and we'll finish up with our guests. Again, May 20th, 5 to 7 p.m. at Saginaw Valley State University, an alumni and professional career fair, but others are invited. And we will have more after this.
Gotta go.
Back with you here on WSGW. In studio with me, Teresa George. She is the Director of Career Services at Saginaw Valley State University. Also with us is Jordan Brown. She is the Communications Manager of Alumni Relations. And from Member First Credit Union, Becky Van Buskirk. She is the Talent Acquisition Leader. She has a bigger business card than others because of it. So let's go back to this May 20th conference, Teresa. The where's, the when's, and if people need to register, how do they do it?
So they can visit our website. We have our Alumni Professional Employment Fair on May 20th from 5 to 7. They can register on the Career Services website. They can register on the Alumni website as well. Or if you're a current student, you can register on Handshake.
So let's stop there.
Yes.
What is Handshake?
Handshake is a database, a job database that is used for college students. So all college
Is it a national type program?
Yeah. So companies can select what colleges they want to recruit from, and students look on Handshake for full-time internships, co-ops.
No kidding.
And then we post all of our events on Handshake as well. So, but other universities can also look at our profiles.
Boy, what an improvement that is from when I went to school. Had none of that,
But we definitely welcome the community. You don't have to pre-register. We're just trying to gauge how many,
And let me ask this too. Career Services. Do you have a program of some kind that a student comes in, can sit down, answer all the questions, and it tells them what they think they're qualified for? Or guides them toward careers that fit their personality?
So we have we use a program like that for our undecided students, so students that are still trying to figure out their career choice.
Right.
We just recently went to Focus 2, so once again, you can find that through our website as well. And then we sit down with students after they take that assessment and go through the results.
And how many of them say, nah?
Well, there's a lot of different options, so it's just a good conversation to see what skills they have and then translate that into different professions. And then we take that one step further and work with our academic advising office if they want to change their major.
And Jordan, let's talk about alumni and alumni relations and what you do for alumni.
Yeah, so the Alumni Relations Office, our goal is just to stay connected with all SBSU alumni through telling their stories, through putting on events, through career help, like this new career fair initiative we're doing, as well as ways for them to give back to SBSU and the Great Lakes Bay region, like in general.
And Becky, you have positions open now.
We do have positions open now. We have a couple of positions in our commercial department. We have
Tell everybody what those positions would do.
So we have a commercial director position that is really working with businesses in our communities and assisting them with things like lending and other services that we can help them with their business. We have a commercial relations manager position open that would work with the commercial director. We have 2 positions that are in our compliance and audit department. So resilience.
Those are numbered jobs, right?
Yeah. Well, these are really working with
And knowing the law.
knowing the law, knowing compliance, knowing how to prepare and look at risk and help the credit union and guiding the credit union with their knowledge. So those are really important key positions at the credit union. And we have some positions open for tellers. We call them member service representatives as well.
Yeah.
So lots of different positions and, people looking that maybe they want to get their foot in the door and see where their career path would take them, or maybe people who are already on that journey.
Well, listen, thank you all again. The 20th of May at Saginaw Valley State University, and it is the Alumni Professional Career Fair. Teresa, as always,
Thank you so
thanks
much.
for being here.
We appreciate it.
Jordan, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Becky, thanks a lot.
Well, thanks for having me.
Take our last break here and tell you what's ahead on Focus.
Hey, this is Charlie Rude.
The show for today, back Monday with lots more, but we do have Focus coming up. We'll focus on Great Lakes Pace. Jason Lucino will be here to talk to us. That follows the news from CBS, The Nation and the World. Michael Percher brings you up to date on the region and the state. We'll be back with Focus right after the news.
Broadcasting from the